Oh, when I wake up in the morning, I feel so grateful. When I wake up in the morning, I feel so alive. When I wake up in the morning, I feel the Spirit. When I wake up in the morning, I'm here to thrive. And so I wake up every day. Wake up, this is what I say. Wake up, I am so free. Wake up, and I'm free to be me. I'm free to be me, yeah. Oh, when I wake up in the morning, I count my blessings. Oh, when I wake up in the morning, I say my prayers. When I wake up in the morning, I sing hallelujah. Oh, the presence of the Spirit is always there. And so I wake up every day. Wake up, this is what I say. Wake up, I am so free. Wake up, and I'm free to be me. I'm free to be me, yeah. When I wake up in the morning, I count my blessings. Oh, when I wake up in the morning, I say my prayers. Oh, when I wake up in the morning, I sing hallelujah. Oh, the presence of the Spirit is always there. And so I wake up every day. Wake up, this is what I say. Wake up, I am so free. Wake up, wake up every day. Wake up, this is what I say. Wake up, I am so free. Wake up, and I'm free to be me. I'm free to be me, yeah. Oh, yeah. Free, I'm free to be. Free, I'm free to be. Free, I'm free.
Wake up.
And I'm free to be me.
Help me once again to welcome Bob Baker and Pooki Lee. Good morning. I'm Reverend Dr. Susie Shadle, where something wonderful that wakes us up is happening all the time around here. Right? Okay, so thank you for the wake-up call. That was really great. I want to tell you a quick story about how it is that they ended up here this very morning. About 1 billion years ago, I met my very first New Thought minister, Reverend Jim Munson, in Seattle at the Center for Spiritual Living there. His wife, Mary Jean, is now, all these many years later, the senior minister at the Center for Spiritual Living in St. Louis, which is where they're from. So that's how the recommendation came from someone all those years ago. And then when I publicized that they would be here, Clinton Donna Day said, hey, wait a minute, we know them from Hawaii. So there are all these connections and things that are happening. But, I was thinking about that, how long ago Mary Jean and I met. 40 years ago, I stepped into my first New Thought church. That is a big number right there, 40 years. I thought I was only 40 years old, but I have a feeling some time has passed. So anyway, Thank you for being here. And don't you love the synchronicity of all the interconnections that cause something to happen? So thanks for being here with us today. We love it. So Unity of Sarasota is a beacon of light and love, opening minds, touching hearts, and transforming lives. And as each one of us embraces and embodies that vision and becomes that vision, that is what enables us as a spiritual community to be that. And so I invite you to really take that down deep and then express it as widely and wildly as you possibly can, because I guarantee it'll make the world a better place. You game? Yeah, I like that. That's terrific. We are an inclusive spiritual community that embraces empowering and life-affirming practical spirituality for richer living in our lives right here and right now. And we join with our unity movement worldwide in creating a world that works for all. I cannot think of a better thing for us to dedicate our time, energy, and attention to than creating a world that works for all. What do you think? That seems a little wimpy. I'd like to... It's possible. It's possible. That reminds me of another cute thing. You can write this down and use it with all your friends and impress them. The word impossible, we hear the word impossible, unfortunately, too much. The word impossible simply means I'm possible. So own that. Take that with you. When somebody says, well, that'll never happen. Oh, that's impossible. But I'm possible. And because I'm possible, everything is possible, right? Because we're an expression of God, where all things are possible. Excuse me, I'm already getting into my talk here. So if you happen to be a guest or a newcomer here for the first time today, I would love it if you would please stand, and I'm going to ask you to stand for just a moment. We like to find out where people visit us from because it's very interesting. Now, also, we have a gift for you. Wow, look at this.
Like a mother load today.
Wow. We have a gift for you. I have a board member of the day. Seems to have called, here. Board member of the day, Kimberly Bailey, has a gift for you. It is a shell necklace. It's in this lovely little purple bag. Shell necklace indicative of the beautiful beaches of Florida. Each shell on this necklace represents the love that you are, and when we string it together, we become a community of love of which you are now a part. So there's also some information in the packet she's giving you about unity. There's a welcome card on the back. We'd love it if you'd fill that out so we can begin to get to know each other a little bit. And I guarantee that we're nice folk. Aren't we? Aren't we nice folk? Yeah. So I'm going to start over here. Tell me where you're visiting from. She lives here. Welcome home. All right. She actually is friends with Bob and Pooki, so that's great. How about right here? Where are you visiting from? Lives here too. Welcome home. All right. How about here? Michigan and here. Yay. Welcome home. How about in the back there? You. Sarasota also? Welcome home. Excellent. And how about right in the middle? Pardon? Long-time Sarasota. All right, excellent. Welcome. I don't meet too many long-time Sarasotans, that we're all transplants. How about next in the pink, you're from? Right, so a transplant from New York to here. Welcome. And how about in the black jacket? Venice via Naples via North Carolina. Welcome. Glad to have you with us. And how about in the other black jacket? And now here. Excellent. Welcome home. Anybody else? Okay. You may be seated. Let me just give you a quick little instruction. That necklace you may want to take out and put around your neck, because when you go to Fellowship Hall for the fabulous hospitality we have planned for you today, you get first-in-line privileges if you're wearing that necklace. So you'll be amazed how the line parts for you. A little bit of privilege there. It only lasts a week, but no, actually, we're still nice to you the second week. It's the third week you got to watch out for. I want to welcome all of you who are joining us in person here in the sanctuary, but I also want to take this opportunity to welcome those who are watching us on our live stream on our website, unityofsarasota.org. Let's wave to the folks on live stream. Hey, just know that if you need to miss a service in person, you can watch live on unityofsarasota.org. Go to the services tab and scroll down to the service you want to watch, or you can watch it later, the recording at the same spot, or you can go on our Facebook page or our YouTube page. So there's no excuse for being disconnected in any way. We're always here with you. We're everywhere. We're everywhere. So join in whatever way works best for you at any given time. And so we appreciate those folks who are tuning in. Whatever way you're joining us and bringing your energy together with ours, you are most welcome here. Wherever you are in your spiritual journey, you are welcome here to continue that journey of exploration along with us, and all of us will be enhanced by walking that journey together. It makes it way more interesting than walking all by yourself. Have you noticed that? The journey seems really long and hard when you're by yourself, but when you're in the company of others, it's like you lose track of time, and suddenly you're where you were going, and you're like, wow, how did that happen? So let's journey together to a place that is called home within our own being, that place of home. Let's see, I already introduced you to Kimberly, our board member of the day. Kimberly, stand up one more time so they can see you. Yay, thank you for your service on the board. And Kimberly will be in Fellowship Hall at the Red Umbrella welcome table to answer any questions you might have about Unity, and she might even show you around this beautiful campus if you are really nice to her. Okay? And it is a beautiful campus. I just want to go rather quickly through some invitations for participation in this community. As I said, we have something going on all the time, something good. Today, after the hospitality, after the service, Bob and Pooki are going to be doing a play shop. And I could not dare call it a workshop. It's going to be a play shop all about abundance and prosperity using affirmations and music. So that will be in classroom A and B, which is just off Fellowship Hall. So grab some goodies to eat and then join them in their play shop. And they have there's a third partner that'll be in the play shop with them, right? So that's kind of a little surprise. You'll see their partner. You're not going to want to miss that. So just got to trust me on it. Okay, we've started something here called the Friday Night Spirit Express. So all aboard. Every Friday night, there's something going on. I have to get an engineer's hat. I have to get a hat. Friday Night Spirit Express, something happening every Friday night as creative ways to indulge in your spirituality. For example, we have a Kirtan the first Friday night of the month. We have movies on the second Friday night of the month. This last Friday night, we were out at the Labyrinth for a drum circle that was fantastic. It was so much fun, you guys. You've got to come. Seriously. It was so freeing. It was, we were like in a trance. It was really cool. So come for that. And guess what? This Friday night is poetry night. So bring poetry that you love, poetry you've written. Who knows? Y'all might make up a poem on the spot. Wouldn't that be cool? Yeah, so come for poetry night. Poetry is very spiritual. So come for that. Now next Sunday, this is really important. Bella, Matthew, come up here. Tell them what's up next week.
I am Bella, the blessed witch of Bellatopia. Okay, stay. And we have so many exciting things to share with. Oh, good Lord!
You don't need to get
and
that
we
close.
have so many exciting things to share with you about our trunk and treat this coming Sunday, right after 10:30 service, from 11:45 at 11:45.
Yes.
But first, a word from our sponsor, Generous George.
Generous George is very abundant, by the way.
He just laid an egg.
This head is stuffed, and now I'm gassy too. My costume's almost ready, but there's work still to be done. I'm feeling windy once again. Here comes another one. So have a spooky Halloween, get the spirit in your heart, and not keep laying candy eggs every time I need to.
So, like George said, there is so much to do. So we want to thank everyone for your generous donations to the Trunk and Treat crew.
So you want to decorate your trunks. You want to come in costume. We're really going to have a good time. There has been so many donations that is going to go to create prize baskets or prizes to go out. Laurel Rund, please stand as you hear your name. Laurel Rund, she's donated a copy of her book, Words Matter. John Stringer, when he was here, he donated a copy of The Abundance Vibration. Madeline, where are you? I seen you. Madeline, stand up. Madeline's she's donated a copy of her book, All Is Well. Alexandra, are you here today? Okay. I'm going to have to ask the Blessed Witch for a little magic. Could you pronounce her last name?
Alexandra Luchevskaya. She's Russian. She's not from Bellatopia.
Okay, so it's not just books. Alexandra has donated ballroom dancing lessons.
1 hour
that's
of
out
ballroom
there.
dancing.
That'll be there. Lisa Arundale, back in AV. Lisa's donated a bracelet.
These
Reverend Dr.
beautiful-
Susie Shadle is donating a copy of your CD.
Actually, Unity of Sarasota is donating a copy of the CD from the concert that Phil Lieber and Darlene Coleman and I did.
Right.
Okay.
So that's CD. And then
Wonderful.
also the next one is the book that we published during COVID that has 17 of us authors in it called what did we call that? The
Pathways of Spiritual Awakening.
So
that's actually Unity is donating.
okay, so the point is there's lots of things.
And
So if you're-
Julie Donnelly is donating
yes,
1
yes.
hour of sports therapy massage.
Julie, are you out there?
No.
She's not here.
She's
So
in New
there's a
York.
massage in the works too.
A massage, yes.
So whether you're an author or perhaps you offer a service or whatever, this is really for the kids. And if you're inspired to be a part of that or contribute to that, see Bella or I so that we can accept what it is that you're inspired to do with that.
Thank you, Matthew. And all who want to help decorate, I know there's some very creative people out there, come join us next Saturday from 1 to 3. We're going to have most of the decorations up, but if you want to come play with us for a couple of hours, come and play. And thank you, everyone, for helping us provide our community a safe and fun place for our kids to trick or treat. And thank you for helping us make a difference in our community for our first annual Trunk and Treat. Woo!
You will be, I just want to give you a couple of instructions. If you're bringing treats in your trunk, we're asking you next week to please park in the back so that our guests can park up front and not get run over when they go down there to get their treats out of your trunks. So please do that. There will be parking attendants to remind you and to check that out. But please come dressed up, ready to have fun, ready to let kids know what we used to do, that we used to go trick-or-treating. So eggs, anyone? All right. Now, I also want to let you know, coming up on November 2nd, it is a Wednesday night, Kim Ballou will be with us to do a concert to benefit Mothers Helping Mothers. So please come and be generous on that evening for helping mothers who actually are some of the most disadvantaged in our city. So let's come out in force and really support that, and it'll be a fun evening of music as well. That's November 2nd, Wednesday evening, 7 p.m. And I also want to give you a sneak preview of another outreach program that we're doing starting in November. My November talk series will be the spiritual gems from the Wizard of Oz. Spiritual gems from the Wizard of Oz. And what I want to do is similar to what we did at Easter, where we filled this stage with stuffed bunnies that we made sure would get in the arms of kids who need somebody to love and need to be loved. What we'll be doing for this one is collecting ruby slippers. So what I'm asking you to do is bring children's shoes and socks, brand new, in all kind of sizes, and we're going to fill this stage with shoes and socks for kids from Mothers Helping Mothers so that they have some new shoes for Christmas. Okay? No, they do not. They can be any shoe. I'm just using that as a metaphor. But yeah, any shoes, a pair of shoes and socks would be most appreciated. So bring them all up here, and I think we might even have a yellow brick road that we can put them on. So that'll be great. I also want to take just this opportunity right now, long past due because of the upsets of COVID and hurricanes and what else? What other fun curves have we been thrown this year? I've lost track. I want to thank all of the folks who made this beautiful sanctuary possible with their donations. This was a group effort. And by the way, there's still some opportunities to donate because it's not paid for. So a lot of it's paid for, but not all of it. So, for example, your chair, no, you're going to need to pay for at the end of the service. No, not true. But we had some very generous donations for this gorgeous sanctuary. We also had some very generous donations for that very noticeable sign up there at the road. And people know we're here now. They tell me about it. So in the past, they've driven by 100 times and never knew we were here. So I want to thank all of the people who helped to make those two very major purchases possible and made it possible for us to be who we are in this wonderful space. And I want you to notice, if you didn't on the way in, if you go out the sanctuary door and turn right around and look at that centerpiece, you're going to see two plaques as thank yous to all of the people who donated. So thank you once again. Okay, let's do the Unity song.
Every prayer is answered, every prayer is heard, every thought, feeling, every spoken word, what your soul has longed for, what your heart can feel, is already here, is already real. There is no one out there, there is no one else. You hold all the answers deep inside yourself. There's a voice that whispers, there's no you, no me. There's just one, there's just unity. One power, one presence, one light to lead the way. All the way, all the way, that answers when you pray. When the world's darkest and your eyes can't see, gather all your troubles, give them all to me. I am always with you, I will always be. I am one, I am unity. We are one, we
Just relax into your chair and let's get ourselves fully present. Feel that chair supporting and uplifting you. Feel it wrap itself around you, much as the arms of God, the heart of God, wraps itself around you and within you. So let's take a deep centering breath together. Allow that breath to fill your heart to opening, and then release that breath fully. Allow yourself to begin to find your own perfect rhythm of breathing in deeply and exhaling fully, knowing that each breath reminds us that Father, Mother, God, Spirit is within and all around us. And again, an intentional deep centering breath in. That is the inspiration, the in-breath of Spirit. And as we breathe out fully, we share that inspiration with all whom we meet. We are filled with the inspiration of Spirit. And so we have an opportunity as we come together to remind ourselves who we truly are, to see one another as the experience and the expression of Spirit that each one of us is, to remind ourselves and each other that we are God expressing, and to be mindful in all of our encounters, in all that we think, say, and do, to be that divine expression of the One. We were reminded by a song, "What if God was one of us?" And we're reminded that the answer is God is each one of us, all of us. God is the one of us. For we are one in the Spirit. We are one. And for this remembrance of the truth of who we are and our willingness to live in, through, and as that truth, I am eternally grateful. And so it is. And together we say, thank God within and all around us. Amen. And so let's say our statement of being together. There is only one presence and one power in the universe and in my life. God, who is perfect life, perfect intelligence, perfect love, and perfect substance. I am an individualized expression of God. You are an individualized expression of God. We are an individualized expression of God. Yeah, how cool is that? Yeah, way cool. You guys come up and make it cooler. Bob and Pooki.
Thank you, Reverend Sally. Oh my gosh, if we lived in Sarasota, we'd be coming here every week. What an amazing community. What an amazing minister. Wow, you're so blessed. And, we are so grateful to be here with you today. It's kind of crazy. We were coming here for a wedding that got canceled and is now it happened yesterday in St. Louis. And, well, our commitment was to be here with you, right? And it was people that we really love. However, we have to stand by our word, right? And, words are so important. I heard somebody wrote a book over here about words, right? Words are so important. So this song is all about a very important word.
The most
we all
important
know it.
word of all.
Yeah.
Right?
Ready?
I woke up this morning, something wasn't right. My life was out of balance, I couldn't see the light. I called up my minister, told her of my dread. Without missing one beat, this is what she said. Love is the word.
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 Love is the word. Well, I went to the doctor 'cause I was feeling bad. Sickness all inside me, thought I was going mad. I asked for a prescription, he handed me a note. I was so surprised to see just what that doctor wrote.
Love is the word.
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 Love is the W-O-R-D. Love is the W-O-R-D. Say that.
Love is the W-O-R-D. Love is the W-O-R-D.
I went to a psychic to have my fortune told, to see into the future and how it will unfold. She just shook her head and put away her tarot cards, looked me in the eye and said,
Man, it ain't that hard.
love is the word.
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 Love is the word. Let me hear you now.
Love is the word. 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 Here we go.
Love is the word.
I'm talking about love.
Love is the word.
Love, 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 love.
Love is the word.
I'm talking about love is the word.
Love is the word.
I'm talking about
Love is the word.
Love, love, love,
Love is the word.
I'm talking about
Love is the word.
Thank you. Great job.
Wow, I think love is the word. Love is the word. I don't know about you guys, but I think Pooki's too shy. Aloha. All right. Cool. Love is the word. I like it. That's going to be in my head all the rest of the time. Okay. All right. Susie, do your job now. Okay. All right. We're going to start with you helping me do my job by starting, as we always do, with our core value affirmation. So will you please say this with me? We experience and express love and compassion as deep, emotional, spiritual connection, caring, kindness, and empathy. Cool. You know, we humans seem to go through these cycles where gossip and rumors flare up periodically. Have you ever noticed that? Yeah. So, you know, whether it be in your families, I have an extended family, as most of us do, and whoa, some of the stuff they come up with is really weird. So, happens in families, it happens in neighborhoods, it happens in workplaces, it happens in all kinds of organizations, and even in churches. No. Yes. And in my experience, no good ever comes of gossip and rumors. Only harm and hurt comes of gossip and rumors. It divides families, it divides friends and groups, and I have witnessed it tear spiritual communities completely apart. It has no redeeming value. So, stop it. And frankly, all of us can stop it. All of us can stop it. When somebody comes with gossip and rumor, talk to the hand, and then go wash your hand. You know? So just put a stop to it and say, you know, I don't really want to participate in that. Because the kind of vibration, the energy that it brings to the one who's spouting it and the one who's receiving it is really funky and icky. It's not a good energy. You don't want to have anything to do with that. So just say, you know, I really don't want to go there. Let's talk about something fun like trunk and treat, right? And we don't want to then next week go, did you see the costume that she wore? Oh my God. Yeah. So anyway, I thought, given that we seem to have a little flare-up here recently, and again, it just seems to go in cycles, but we've had a little bit of a flare-up of some gossip and rumors. And so I've heard a few around here recently, and I'm here to tell you that they're absolutely not true. I'm not going to tell you what they are. I'm just going to tell you they're not true. I don't want to give them any energy. So I thought what might be a good idea is for us to up-level our gossip, GOSSIP, to a different way of thinking of it. God offers spiritual sustenance, inspiration, peace. What do you think of that gossip? Yeah, that's a good one. That's a good one. Yeah. So next time, that may be what you offer to the next person who tries gossip and rumor with you. You say, oh yeah, gossip. God offers spiritual sustenance, inspiration, peace. And they'll look at you like, yeah, right. Okay, gotta go. But they might get it, too. They might get that there's a more powerful energy that we can substitute. So I want to look at that. I want to break that down a little bit. God is all there is. Let me say that again in case you missed it. God is all there is. All. Not some, not part. God is all there is. There is nothing that God is not. God is all there is. God is the source of presence and power in the universe. And it is a positive presence and power. God is all there is. God is all there is. Father, Mother, God, Spirit is the creator and the sustainer of all that exists and all that will exist. The Alpha and the Omega and everything in between. God is not a person, but God is a universal principle and presence in and through all creation. Charles Fillmore, our founder, taught God is not person but principle. God as principle is absolute, good expressed in all creation, omnipresent, omniscient, and omnipotent. God is all there is, guys. It's as simple as that. We could go home right now. God is all there is. If you get that, everything else follows. God is all there is. Not a person or a personality, but personal and present in every person. Let me say that again. That's a lot of P's. God is not a person or a personality, but personal and present in every person, including the ones you don't like, most especially in those guys, and in you. Because why? God is all there is. What else could there be then? That means every single one of us, everyone we meet, God is one of us. God is all of us. God is each of us. God is the one of us. God is all there is. We live and move and have our being in God, and God lives and moves and has its expression in and through and as us. We are one with God. And because God is all there is, we're one with everyone else, because there is only one. Every single one of us, despite appearances at times, every single one of us is made of God's stuff, thinking into and with God mind. When we allow ourselves to really be awake, conscious, and present to it. When we spew the other kind of stuff, it's when we're unconscious. We forget who we are, and we forget that God is all there is. So remind yourself, get up in the morning before your feet hit the floor and say, God is all there is. I'm one with that. Cool. It's going to be a good day. Right? So God is all there is and offers us the kingdom of heaven on earth. God is all there is and offers us the kingdom of heaven on earth. Jesus said the kingdom is at hand and it is within you now. He didn't say it's within you, but it's not within you. God said the kingdom of heaven is at hand. It is within you right now, every single one of us. So if you want to experience heaven on earth, experience your most authentic self, and you'll be there. And if you've temporarily forgotten it, stand next to someone who remembers that. God offers all of us, all the good that we can possibly open to and be receptive to. All the good that's possible is available to us. The grace of God is generous and offers us unlimited possibilities for good. God is for our highest good, our biggest champion, our biggest cheerleader. God is for our highest good. And that's for each and all of us, not just some of us, each and all of us, including some of the people we read about in the headlines and go, oh my gosh, that's terrible. And I'm saying this not just to you, I'm saying this to me. Remind ourselves, rather than condemn those people, to be in prayer for their enlightenment and their ability to remember who they truly are because they've forgotten. We can only be mean and bad and evil people when we forget who we are. And so let's remind each other, including the ones that irritate the ever-loving you-know-what out of us. I can't say that word in church. It's a bowling word. It amazes me how many of you people get that bowling word. Yeah. So let's remind each other. Let's remind each other that God offers us the highest and best, and that God is present within and all around us in all circumstances, even the darkest of circumstances. God goes there with us to help us find our way back. I remember one time in one of the lowest points of my life, I remember standing in my kitchen screaming, "Where are you, God?" And then I realized God hadn't walked away from me, I'd walked away from God. It was with me all the time at the very bottom of my life and brought me back. God offers us that hand up. You know, as a little kid, I knew that. I used to imagine all the time walking hand in hand with God everywhere I went. I always felt the hand of God in mine. Actually, God's hand was bigger in my imagination, so it was my little hand in God's hand, but it was always there. So remember that. It's always there. Hold on to it. Charles Fillmore wrote, "Indwelling, abiding in, remaining, or operating within, God is immanent in all creation, including man. One God and Father of all, who is over all and through all and in all. God is both transcendent and immanent. God is all there is. And God offers us a divine partnership to co-create a world that works. And that divine partnership, by the way, includes embracing the interconnectedness that we have with all the rest of humanity. That's part of the divine partnership, that each one of you is divine. And so we're in this together, interconnected, one. What if our default was to assume the highest and best of everyone instead of the worst? What do you think that might feel like? You know, if our automatic default was to go to, I know they're doing their best, instead of, oh, man, ugh. I mean, you can almost feel yourself when you go to that, oh, they're a jerk. Oh, they did that to be mean to me. You feel yourself just kind of like the Wicked Witch of whichever one melted, right? But if you think, you know what? They're doing their best. Somehow everybody's uplifted by that. So what if we did that? Want to try it this week? It's way better than gossip. Let's do that. You know, we're all, every single one of us, endowed with the qualities and attributes of God, but it's up to us to use them positively and powerfully in our lives, to uplift others and keep ourselves uplifted. God is all there is and offers us spiritual sustenance. God is all there is, offers us spiritual sustenance. God endows us with spiritual tools to sustain our spirit, our mind, and our body. We've got all kinds of tools that we can use to stay uplifted, to get uplifted when we're down in the dumps. We're fed and sustained by our connection and communion with God. We are fed and sustained by that connection. If you never unplug yourself from God, which, by the way, you can't, you just think you can and then you feel lousy, so don't even attempt it. Don't even attempt it. Stay plugged in to that source of all the presence and power in the universe. We're fed and sustained by that connection with God. We deepen and expand and raise our consciousness to the frequency of God through spiritual practices. Practices like catching God's vision for our life. Practices like then being in meditation and contemplation about that vision that we catch, and then affirming it with prayer so that we help it to become manifest in our lives and in the lives of others. We practice spiritual study. We learn more tools so that we can continue to keep ourselves uplifted and uplift others. And we practice sacred service so that we can be of service to one another, because since God is all there is and we're one with God and we're all one with one another, every time we do a service to another person, we're also serving ourselves, right? Anytime you deny it, you're also denying yourself. And we also practice giving of the gifts we've been given, the blessings we've been given, giving of our time in connection and communion with God, giving of our talents in sacred service, and giving of our treasure to support in the human experience what it is that we're doing here. It sustains us and others using these spiritual practices. That is the spiritual sustenance that God offers. We're called to embody and to become consciously one with Father, Mother, God, Spirit, to remind ourselves constantly that that is the truth of us, and to embrace the qualities of God and to express God's vision in and through and as our lives. Christian D. Larson, who was a Christian mystic, said, "To grow daily in the Spirit is the way to the higher faith, the larger wisdom, and the beautiful life. Aspire constantly to live the life of the Spirit. Then open widely the door of the heart that the guest from on high may come in." Let God in. Open the door of your heart and let God in. It's the best house guest you'll ever have. God is all there is and offers us spiritual sustenance that inspires us. We become inspired by the vision and the ideas held in the mind of God, which is the mind that we also think into. And we allow God to guide and unfold our creative genius. You know, we're all creative geniuses, just most of us don't know it. And we've forgotten how to be that genius, but God is right there in divine partnership with us to help us to be reminded of that creative genius and to help us to guide us through it, to guide us into unfolding and expressing it. Charles Fillmore said, "Man uses the same creative process in mind that God uses. First the idea in mind, then the materialization of the idea. Spirit mind is the creative force constantly working in man and all other creation." We're God in human form, each one of us. We're the expression of God. God has no other way to express except through our creativity. And so when we catch God's inspiration, when we breathe in that inspiration, the in-breath of Spirit, we become that creative expression that God is waiting for us to be, to share with the world. In co-creative partnership with God, all things are possible. We open to that experience and expression of inspiration so that we might inspire others to awaken. In partnership with God and each other, we do create that world that works for all. I do believe it's possible. And so ask and listen to God's inspiration to set your creative soul on fire. You know, feel it burning in your soul, wanting to be expressed. Answer God's call and be and do what ought to be done by you. Do not leave this planet with your song unsung. Express the wholeness of yourself so that when you go, you're done. You've given it all. You've put it all out there. Be a creative, transformative force for good in this world. Each of us have something to give, every single one. God is all there is and offers spiritual sustenance and inspires peace in us. God is the source of peace that passes all understanding. Ralph Waldo Trine taught, to be at one with God is to be at peace. Whatever you have learned or received or heard from me or seen in me, put into practice, and the God of peace will be with you. Philippians 4:9. To be at one with God is to be at peace. So nurture that inner peacefulness within yourself, no matter what your outer circumstances. Hold your peaceful center. Hold the center of the truth of you, which is spirit. Practice peace toward others, even your enemies, because they've simply lost their way. And I know that is one of the hardest things. It's hard for me to do. Practice peace toward others, desiring for them what you desire for yourself. And trust me, as far afield as some folks are, at depth, we all want the same things. We are one. And so let's help those who are expressing something other than their authentic self to find it again, to find their center. And all of us find that center of peace so that we can bring it from inside out. Creating a world that works starts with us creating a world that works with the person right next to you. You know, too often we say, oh, we're going to have peace and we're going to do all these great things in the world. It's too big. It's too big, and we say, yeah, that's impossible. And then we say, I'm possible. And because I'm possible, you're possible, and we're possible, and anything's possible. And so, start creating peace with the person right next to you. And then let the circles widen. That's how we do it. You know, we sing each Sunday, yes, there is peace on earth, and yes, it begins with me. We don't say let. We say yes, because any moment we're at peace, yes, there is peace on earth. Even if there's only one of us at peace, there's peace on earth, just in that little space, but we can expand it. Charles Fillmore wrote, harmony and tranquility is derived from the Christ consciousness of peace I leave with you, my peace I give unto you. Until world peace is based on the divine law of love, and this law incorporated into the pact of peace as well as into the minds of those who sign the pact, there will be no permanent peace. It's up to us, guys. One peaceful thought, one peaceful feeling, one peaceful encounter at a time. We can expand the circle to include everyone. You willing? You game? You only have to start with one. And when you got that one handled, go on. And that person will have peace with somebody, and we just go and go and go. We can do it. It's what we're called to do. And so remember, instead of experiencing the hurt and the turmoil that gossip brings, we could experience and express the power and the presence of Father, Mother, God, Spirit within and all around us. We can be the expression of God offers spiritual sustenance, inspiration, peace. God is all there is. God offers us the kingdom of heaven. Spiritual sustenance is ours by the grace of God. God's inspiration uplifts us to inspire others. And God's peace is our peace as we open to experience and express it. And so activate spiritual truth principles by applying spiritual practices and remembering who you truly are. Charles Fillmore says, principle is fundamental truth. Truth abides in fullness at the very core of man's being. As his consciousness expands, he touches the everlasting truth, making consciousness active according to spiritual standards. And so blessings on your journey of up-leveling your gossip. First, stop the rumors and gossip, and instead embrace and embody the truth that God offers spiritual sustenance, inspiration, peace. And so it is. And together we say, thank God within and all around us. Amen.
Well, it's going to be Bob right now.
Awesome talk, right? Pookie will be right up here in a moment to do our official third song, but I asked Reverend Susie if I could do something special. This is something that I've been doing at our church where we play monthly back in St. Louis, once a month for the past 4 years. It's a big hit there. First time I've done it outside of St. Louis. The jury's still out on whether it'd be a big hit here. So here's what I did. During Reverend Susie's talk, I had no idea exactly, I knew the title, but I had no idea exactly what the content of it would be, but I made notes. I wrote out some little notes to myself, and I like to come up after the talk and summarize the key points in my mind in the form of a little blues song. But this is a happy blues song, of course. And so let's see what I came up with and how you guys liked it. A lot to work with here today. We love Florida, it's like a jacuzzi. Here with you and Reverend Susie. You all know how to have fun, let it rip. You know how to up-level your gossip. This is your Sunday song. If God is out, all there is song. When something seems off, do not get stressed. You should always assume the best. Next time you want to get up in someone's biz, just remember that God is all there is. This is your Sunday song. God is all there is song. Well, people start to talk about others, man, it takes off like a rocket. So before it gets off the launch pad, it's best to drop it. Just say, stop it. This is your Sunday song. God is all there is song. This is your Sunday song. It's like a jacuzzi, hanging with Reverend Susie. Let it rip. Up-level your gossip. This is your God is all there is song. Oh, yeah. Thank you. It seems to work outside of St. Louis, too. Yay. I'm loving this Sarasota thing, let me tell you.
That was awesome. See, we just think they're just, playing to us at home. They're just like, but isn't that great? He does improv comedy, and so he's really, really quick with all these thoughts, and it's really great. Bob, you always do such a great job. Thank you, honey.
Thank you
so
much.
That was fun. I want to add something to this whole gossip thing because it's really, really important. So gossip, when we think about gossip, it's like a negative thing, but there's a positive way that you can gossip. You can talk good about people behind their back. Talk good about them. Spread the good news. When you see somebody doing something really amazing, go tell everybody. Don't just keep it to yourself. So there are ways that we can use this, right? So if you're going to gossip, do it in a good way. Tell a good story, right? An uplifting story. A story that empowers us and makes us stronger, right? And a story that really speaks to who we are, because we are all the essence of God. And we're just experiencing it in different ways. And it's up to us to help each other along the way, right? So, yeah.
Right.
All right, so it's my turn.
Yes, we're looking forward to the workshop afterwards. We have some books and CDs. We'll be over in the
it's really going to
fellowship
be
hall.
boring.
Yep.
It's not going to have, there's going to be no, only
no,
teasing.
we're gonna-
It's going to be so fun.
we're
And
gonna have-
even if you're not there, we're still going to have a good time.
So Pookie's, this is a song that Pookie wrote earlier this year. It's about a little secret of hers.
Ooh, I'm going to tell you my secret now. And then once it's out, you're going to have to do something with it. You'll understand. Here we go. I have a secret I haven't told you. It's my superpower, and it's so easy to do. When I walk in the world, it bubbles up inside. And before I know it, my smile I can't hide. When I smile at you, I tell you I love you. I may not even know you, but I know that I love you. And if you smile too, you say that you love me. You say you love me too. My little secret, you now know. Don't be shy, just let your love flow. The best way to start is to open up your heart. Feel the love inside, let it go real wide. Those aren't the words. When I smile at you, I tell you I love you. I may not even know you, but I know that I love you. And if you smile too, you say that you love me. You say you love me too. I'm smiling on the inside, and before you know it, I'm smiling on the outside. I'm smiling at you. So if you see me smiling, you know what to do. Just open up your heart and say you love me too. When I smile at you, I tell you I love you. I may not even know you, but I know that I love you. And if you smile too, you say that you love me. You say you love me too. Oh, this love, oh, this love, oh, this love is smiling at you. Oh, this love, oh, this love, oh, this love. Say you love me too when I smile at you. Thank you.
Pooki Lee.
Thank you. It's been amazing to be with you.
Hey. Bob Baker and Pooki Lee. Yeah. And again, you know, when you go get your food, they've got CDs and books and things out there for you to take a look at as well and take home with you. And then please stay for the play shop. As you can see, that these are really dull, boring people. So, you know, I think you'll learn a lot. And we learn so much more by through laughter than we do through, you know, squeezing our head into a funny shape and hope something brilliant happens. So, where am I? I have no idea. Okay. Seriously, I completely lost. Who am I? Oh. You know, this reminds me, quick little story. I have about, I don't know how many watches. I have a lot of watches. And before COVID, I always wore a watch. And people would say to me, what time is it? And I go, I have no idea. They go, could you look at the watch on your wrist? And I just wore it as jewelry, I guess. But it never occurred to me, I actually had the time right here. So this is a time that we honor our children, even though they're not here right now. We honor them anyway because there's a child that lives inside of you, and you all know children, and so we're blessing those children. And we're ever hopeful and prayerful there are going to be a lot of children here next week because Candy has a way of attracting aunts and kids. So we're hoping we get the kids, not the aunts, next week. So let's bless the child in you and the children in this world. We love you, we bless you, we appreciate you, and we see the living Spirit in you. All right, good. And I'm going to invite our chaplains and ministers to come forward, although I think they're all out of town, aren't they? No. Well, I'm here. Oh, there we got Matthew. We got Reverend Matthew. Actually, Virginia is our chaplain. She's back there running the camera today. And there's Jackie. And Reverend Amy is in Fellowship Hall. So we are your prayer warriors and available to you to know a greater possibility in your life. And so please partake of the service that we offer. And let's thank all of our chaplains and ministers. As a reminder, we have a music and inspiration service on Wednesday evenings, 7 p.m. This week, the theme is guidance, and I will be sharing a little bit and doing a meditation around that. And the music will be brought to you by Lisa Arundel, who's back there running slides, and myself. So please come and join us for a really peaceful, wonderful experience. So please come and join us. We'd love to have you. This is our opportunity to be reminded that we do live with a generous God in an abundant universe. And so I'm going to invite you to consider what it is that you might like to, to give in support of this spiritual community. Certainly, I would ask that you give your prayers and your blessings. And for those of you who feel so moved and are able, we appreciate your financial gifts as well. What I would ask is if you've got a physical gift that you're going to leave in the plates that our lovely ushers are holding as you leave, please bring that to your heart. If you've already sent your check in or you do it a different way, bring your gift to your heart metaphorically and infuse it with all of the qualities of God that most resonate with your soul, whether it be peace or inspiration or presence or power or spiritual sustenance, heaven on earth, whatever that may be for you. Send that energy, send that quality of God into your gift and know that it will travel with your gift and multiply and magnify and bless so many others as it moves forward. And so let's say our affirmation together. Divine love blesses and multiplies all that I am, all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive abundantly. Okay, and so let's stand for the prayer for protection, followed by the peace song, and the offering plates will be in the back for you. The light of God surrounds us. The love of God enfolds us. The power of God protects us. And the presence of God watches over us. Wherever we are, God is, and all is well.